Well, Jim Franklin and I go way back, and I've known Michael Priest for a long time, and I've even known Danny Garrett longer than I've known Juke. But
we can start by telling us about them. Your first interaction with Jack Jackson. Then they can start then.
Oh yeah.
First met him, and just work forward. If you want.
Yeah, Jackson was one of the first guys I met when I came to Austin in '65 or '6, I guess, and Jackson and Steve Porterfield and Mark Weekly and Bill Holloway all had a little enclave over on 18th and, hell, I can't remember the name of the street. Yeah, it all tied in with the Ranger crowd and Gilbert and Ed Gwynn and all those people. Gary and Houston White were among the other first people I met when I came to town, and they were certainly part of that scene. Gilbert, you're talking about? Yeah, he and Jackson and Pat Brown were all involved in this humor magazine here called The Ranger, the UT humor magazine. And
65 or late 60s?
Mid 60s, yeah. Yeah, that was already had been going on by the time I got here. And Lewin Adkins was another brilliant guy that was part of that crowd. Well, the magazine itself was black and white, but it seemed like the copy I had anyhow had sort of almost like construction paper kind of purple cover. Yeah, we sort of all went out at the same time, you know, and all the same people that I'd been seeing at parties in Austin were the same people, you know, when I got to San Francisco. It was Gilbert and Jackson and all the Conqueror people and Don Taylor, Houston and Gary, of course. This band called the Conqueror here, and we went out there and Gary and Bob Simmons were sort of running the family dog out there. Chet Helms was from here, and he and Janice had gone out there together, chopping. We went out there and sort of dribbled back. It took me longer to come back than it did most of the rest of the guys. I started playing with Doug Somm and doing session stuff, and got involved in another band and moved up to the North Coast and hung around. I think would stand up well against the stuff that was coming out of San Francisco in the early '60s. You know, I mean, Franklin and Gilbert and stuff that was coming out of the Vulcan was, I think, compared favorably to the Avalon and Fillmore stuff.